So you're looking for growth, but something's not happening. You've created your goals, you have created your targets of what you want to achieve this year, but you're kind of stuck and you're not moving towards that goal. You actually, in fact, you're probably being distracted. This is exactly what happens around this time of year. I'm here in Bali, here at the W Hotel, which is one of my favorite hotels. It's a beautiful view. Check that out. When we flew here from Sydney to Bali, there's a key element of that. The plane, the pilot knows exactly where it's going. It has a particular destination, which is Denpasar, Bali. And this is exactly the same way when you think about your particular goals of the year, right? You have a specific target and you have a specific destination where you're trying to aim for. And what happens though is that we fall in love with creating the goal, but we now are stuck with this seduction that it's enough. The hard part is when you actually have to create the work that matters. You actually have to take the steps to achieve that particular goal. Now, what I find with a lot of chiropractors, coaching a lot of chiropractors, what they've done wrong, the misstep isn't about creating a goal. They're really good at creating goals. They know exactly where they want to go. The challenge for most people is this, that they lose sight of the exact steps that they need to action to get to the goal. What happens is they start practicing really poor at finding the exact projects and the action steps to get them there. And what ends up happening is that they choose projects or action items that has no relationship or no specific steps or strategy towards the outcome they're trying to achieve. That's the wrong way of approaching it. What you need to do is let the goal of the destination guide you. So think about this. When I flew from Sydney to Bali, when the pilot sets a course to go to Bali, they're throughout the whole 7 to 8 hour journey, they're constantly making adjustments, slight adjustments, left, right, up or down to get to the goal because they know, right, that there's one destination. And they're 99% of the time they're off course, but they're not off course massively, just off course slightly, and they're just constantly adapting to it. Well, this is exactly what happens to your practice. Let that goal be the guide to everything that you do. Only focus on tasks that help you move towards a goal. So always let the goal guide you to the actual thing you're trying to achieve. But if your goal is simply for, gaining more referrals, that's not necessarily the best route for it. So therefore, you shouldn't bother doing it. So that's just an example of letting the goal dictate the decisions you make along the way. Choose projects that move you towards the goal. Stop doing things that has no relevance to the goal itself. That's the critical aspect, and I see people make this mistake over and over again. The problem is with most people is that they don't actually know what projects they need to do. Most people are terrible at that. That's why an outside perspective, someone for you to help you see whether this is true or not, or this is going to help you or not, is really important. So talk to friends, talk to a mentor, talk to a coach, whoever it needs to be. You need someone to help you see, plan the action. Because setting the goal is easy. Planning the action step to get to the goal and whether or not those action steps will actually get you to the goal, that's the challenge. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already done so, that subscribe button, you should press it. And because I want to share videos with you just like this one to help you grow your practice.